Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are across the globe. Welcome to Karma Broadcast on the sofa with Esther. Yes, it's late here in Barbados and I'm half asleep, but it was well worth waiting up to interview this young man who I saw at Holder's Season last night. And for me, I love my music. I love all genres of music. And just listening to this gentleman and his band, I thought, wow, I need to connect with him. So Keyon, is it Keyon or Keyon?
Keyon.
Keyon, that's a really unusual name. Where is that? Is that got a meaning to it?
I wish it had a meaning, a particular meaning, maybe in a different dialect or something, but my mom told me that my godmother named me Keyon for some reason.
Okay.
And that's what it is.
Right.
So.
And I hope we don't need a translator because he's American and I'm British, okay? Right, so Keyon, in a nutshell, who is Keyon?
Keyon is a trumpet player, a music producer, composer, teacher, arranger, a spiritual being, a person who's just looking for inspiration constantly and giving it as well. A person who's always, seeking for deeper meanings about life, seeking for, looking for peace, looking for ways to elevate culture, to elevate people, to give people something to strive for by the life that I've been dealt, the cards I've been dealt in life, trying to make lemonade out of the lemons that I've been dealt in life, trying to, exude positivity into the world. Some place I just want to inspire people.
Brilliant. And for me, you clearly do that through your music because admittedly it's the first time I've heard about you last night. But just what I felt, because I'm an energy healer, so I feel into things. And so when you were up on stage, it wasn't just your music, it was the soul that you put into the music that created the music around the music. And you played quite a few tracks, so I thought, wow. But then there was one particular track that you dedicated to someone, and we're going to come to that in a while. So coming back a bit, who or what inspired you? How did you get into music?
My family has inspired me to do music. I come from a huge family.
Yes,
there's 17 of us. I have 16 siblings. My mother had 14. My dad had 16. My dad had 13 siblings. My mom had 13 siblings. So each facet of my family is huge, and they all do music. So the genes on both sides were strong. My mom, singer. We come from the church. Obviously, my mom and dad are pastors, so the musical influence has always been heavy. As far as me getting into instrumental music, my grandfather was instrumental in that. He started the drum and bugle corps to help youths do something positive with their life, and he influenced thousands and thousands of kids from the late 60s to the early 2000s. So I picked up the horn at an early age, 5 or 6. And me, I was watching my elder brothers and sisters being inspired by them. So the lineage continued. So playing in the church, taking that to the next level, studying classical, studying, with the amazing musicians that come from St. Louis. St. Louis has a rich heritage as to where music comes from. The blues, the jazz, Kansas City as well. Miles Davis obviously is a huge influence. A random fact: Miles Davis played in one of my distant cousins' bands, which is weird, but it's an interesting connection as to where I am in life right now. As for what I'm doing a lot of promo for now, which is the Miles Davis movie with Don Cheadle called Miles Ahead. So Miles is, a person that kind of meshes everything together as far as St. Louis and who I am as a musician. As far as inspiration goes, Miles is a huge inspiration on me.
Brilliant. And throughout your journey to where you are now, because you've worked with some real key artists, some huge artists. I mean, you can name drop if you want.
I've been blessed since we're in Barbados. I worked with Rihanna. We did a stadium tour last year.
Okay.
Rihanna and Eminem, Common, Mos Def, Talib Kweli, Erykah Badu, Lauryn Hill.
Okay, I didn't say to show off.
Mary J. Blige, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Kanye West.
Fantastic.
Name a few. Maxwell, so I work. We do lots of stuff. We got a new record coming out very soon as well. Gregory Porter. I don't know.
Okay.
A nice list. 50 Cent. I'll keep going.
50 pence or 50 cents?
50 Cent.
And so, as part of your journey to get to where you are now and the amazing, I would say, experiences, blessings, opportunities, what were some of the challenges that you faced to get to this place, and how did you overcome those challenges?
Challenges. There's always challenges when you're coming from the bottom, coming from lack. And I don't mean lack in the sense of necessarily, I come from a wholesome background, but the lack may be in the financial sense.
Yeah.
So that stopped me from being able to make certain decisions, but that wasn't, and still will never be the reason why I succeed. So, or while I will not succeed, that won't be the reason that will stop me from succeeding. So I'll continue to work. So my struggle was always continue to believe, continue to fight through it, whatever it is, whatever the madness is, think positive, never be the pessimist for yourself, be the optimist, keep it moving. So that's my thought. I try to keep that chain of thought always in whatever it is that I do, because it could always be worse.
Yes.
So just continually moving, continually progressing always. The obstacles, just know that they're an obstacle. They're just a block, it seems like a block, but that could be another opportunity. So to take that, to look at that as what it can potentially be a positive. Well, you got to take some of the stumbling blocks to make them into something that can be potentially a positive. So whatever that may be, I try to look at things in the most optimal standpoint.
Brilliant. There's something about, whether you see the glass half empty or half full, but do you feel that you've got those qualities and those values because of the family environment that you came from?
Absolutely. Family, friends, just the people I tend to gravitate to.
Or that gravitate to you.
Exactly.
Yeah, because there's a whole thing around energy, we attract onto us what we are. And I get a sense that, because you've got a very strong energy, and it's very much about, there's a real richness to you. So when you were describing yourself initially, you talked about being the philosopher and being on a journey of learning and growing, and you can really feel that in you, because at any one moment in time, you're the student, I'm the teacher, I'm the teacher, and you're the student, and there's that flow of knowledge that's constantly going around. And even you talked about your challenges, turning the challenges around. It's not always easy, because sometimes we can get into our head, and this stuff can really take us places. But then, understanding that it's just a part of the process of something that we can actually manage. So what was it, your first sort of major breakthrough? What did that feel like?
I have a series of breakthroughs, and they happen on a daily basis as to the situations that I'm currently involved in. So I'm always, motivated and inspired and happy. But I guess I'll talk about one of the first things. One of my first opportunities to do a professional job was working with one of the biggest rappers in the world right now, Common, which changed my whole outlook to music. Once again, as a stumbling block, since I didn't necessarily delve into hip-hop so much, I listened to it because that's what all my friends were into. I was a jazz musician, a jazz head. I only wanted to, you know, be in jazz clubs. I only wanted to be featured that way. But when I got the opportunity to work with Common, that opened my whole world to, you know, to Fela, to so many different kinds of music worldwide. He was always open to everything, even though he was a total hip hop person. His whole vision was, you know, to keep progressing, and he's still doing it now. To see him from when I know him in the year 2000 to see him now is amazing. So I want my breakthroughs to be like that. So me patterning myself after somebody like that to continually grow is how I plan to take those challenges and those obstacles to make them the breakthrough experience that should happen.
Brilliant. And this sort of follows on nicely because last night you paid a tribute to someone, and that piece of music was incredibly poignant and powerful. But you can see that you would put your soul into creating that. Can you just share who the tribute was for and the reasons around it? Okay.
Last night I performed a song called MB Lament, and MB stands for Mike Brown. He is he was a 16-year-old boy who died in Ferguson, Missouri, which I'm totally invested in because I'm from Ferguson, Missouri. It's a place where typically, if I went back right now, 9 out of 10 people would be doing the exact same things that they were doing when I left. So, you know, to come out of that, when you talk about challenges, it's not that easy. Yeah. And if you're looking at the glass half full, it's more like 90-10 as to if you can get out. So I was fortunate to get out of there. So going back to Mike Brown, basically in the States right now, law enforcement feels that they have the right to, you know, judge people for whatever it is that they do. Not only judge, but to take the law in their hands and to do whatever. Unfortunately, this guy died too soon. 16 years old, killed by a police officer. He was, you know, 16 feet away from the cop. And for whatever happens, he died way too soon. And he's not the only one. Yeah. So I wrote a song in tribute to him in honor of what, you know, what his memory could be, or to make sure his memory lives on. Hopefully the police, you know, violence and needless deaths that are committed, you know, so often now can stop. So I wrote this song in tribute to Mike Brown.
Brilliant. And you know, I was saying to someone after the event last night that it often takes one person to step on that flat platform to make a change, because most people are so scared to have a voice, to share that voice, and yet for you to do that through your music, for me, is very powerful. It's also very courageous and brave. And when I spoke to Andrea, she said your music, you're not just about music, it's about having a cause, it's about causes. And I thought that was quite profound. And so, like you said, hopefully what you do and what you share will inspire others to say, okay, I've got a message, I'm not down with this, I've got a message and I'm going to do something about it. Whatever platform that I have to raise that message, to raise that profile, I'm going to do it. But you have to have the courage to do it as well, because a lot of people talk. And I know a lot of times it comes from a place of fear, but for when you can use your talent and your gifts to create something, to say enough is enough, that is a powerful tool. And so where do you plan on taking your music or taking your work after this, Keyon?
I plan on continually doing cause music. I plan on continually doing things that affect more than just myself. I guess music could be very narcissistic sometimes, but I find that the most poignant music is always something that has to do with building up someone else or helping someone else. So for me, I have the utmost empathy for people. I care about people. I love people. I love a lot of people around me. I love people just in general. I'm a people person. So anything I do has to have that purpose. And if it's not impacting to myself, then what is it for? So I'm happy that God gave me the talent to be able to, resurrect words and put melodies together that actually can inspire somebody, make somebody think, make somebody make a change, make somebody donate. As a matter of fact, where I'm taking music now, working on a project with Andre Pizziconi for refugees in the refugee crisis. I wish I could say the artists who are involved with it, but it's going to be something big that we're working with a couple of NPOs right now that will be able to send money directly to the front lines of the refugee crisis in Syria and Africa and all over the world. So that is where music is going for me. I'm inspired by, We Are the World, Quincy Jones, Michael. I'm inspired by that as to when I think of cause music, cause-driven things that, some people can't do things for themselves. Some people can't put, their message out without it being, squandered or without it being taken the wrong way. I'm from Ferguson. CNN, nobody knew about Ferguson 4 years ago, 5 years ago, but I can go to Europe now and see my little town of, less than 100,000 people on the map, and people knew it by name. I used to be from St. Louis, now I'm from Ferguson. So, that being said, whenever there's a cause, there should be some kind of vehicle to drive it, to get somebody else's genuine words out, somebody's genuine sentiments out. So I thank God for that talent and that ability, and that's what I plan, to continually do with my music. Whether it's my own music that I perform on the stage, or whether me giving this to someone else, or me doing this for someone else. I want it, I want somebody to be moved and touched and changed.
Brilliant. And as you spoke, some key words jumped out at me: purpose, talent, cause, inspire, aspire, cause, purpose, inspire. Because those are real key words, because we've talked about quite a few things in the past 10, 15 minutes, and yet those 5 words keep coming up in different ways. And it's very much about, if you have a vision and purpose, that's what it's about. It's about serving humanity. But then you serve that through the gifts and talents that you've been gifted. And that is so powerful when you're trying to transform someone's life. And you also mentioned about, it's almost like being the voice for the voiceless. That's what I feel that you're about. Being the voice for the voices, and being that vehicle and that platform to say, if you don't have a voice, I will be the voice for you and raise you up as I continue to work my way up as well. And who have been some of your heroes or sheroes? I know there's a long list, but there must have been some key people who you've watched and you thought, you know what, I want to optimize that. They are doing something for me. I feel them, and that's who I aspire to. Other than Miles Davis.
No, I know. Still alive, or just in history?
Whoever comes to you, could be alive, dead. I mean, passed over, so.
All right. Say Michael Jackson, obviously.
Yeah, he was a prophet before his time.
Gandhi, of course. Let me see. People who inspire me on a regular basis.
You spoke about your mother last night, which was a really touching story. Come on now, do I have to remind you?
Oh my God. My mom for sure is an inspiration, daily basis. She prays for me on a daily basis. She lets me know that everything is going to be all right.
On a daily basis.
On a daily basis.
Yeah.
My mother. I mean, seriously, I'm inspired and totally into seeing how life is happening. When I see, first of all, we talk about giving a voice to the voiceless, watching my nieces and nephews grow, watching kids on the streets grow, watching them, giving them an opportunity to see them go from nothing to the next level. That inspires me, and that I'm off subject. Let's go again.
No, you said it. I mean, it doesn't have to be a person per se. You know, it could be a situation. It could be anything. But it's, you know, whatever you draw inspiration from inspires. You know, I can have a dream in my. I can have a dream and a vision. That's what inspires. I can sit and watch a bumblebee. That inspires on some level. You draw reference from everything. I can be out swimming in the sea, and then you know when you just go under and you're swimming under the waves. That's what inspires me, because underneath that there's peace, there's calm, there's a sense of connecting with something bigger than myself. That's what inspires. And so in winding down, because I really thank you for your time. I really thank you for taking the time, because I said to Mike, my friend, I call him my Barbados angel. You know, he's one of the angels that the universe has dotted around the world, so that when I step into places, I have the support I need to do things like this, things that I love. So in winding down, Keyon, what is your name?
Key on the table. Key on the table.
It's late here, it's been a long day. Okay, so in winding down, Keyon, what can you leave with people who want to start the journey, who want to do something, who are using excuses? And yes, life can be hard, it can be challenging. But what are some of the key things, and you've shared it before, but I want you to share it again, because what I want people to hear and get from this is that it doesn't matter where you've been, is where do you want to go, and what are you prepared to do to get there?
I'll just leave the thought that if you can pinpoint a purpose, if you can nail out a vision, you can come up with the plan to get to it. So take your purpose and live it. You know, if you can see a problem, if you can see a problem, you can find a solution. So you can be that person, you can be that voice, you can be that instrument to change the world. I do believe that.
And one more question. I know I said I was winding down. What does music do for you? What does it do for Keyon?
Music heals me on a daily basis. Music renews my mind, renews my being. And it, you know, music to me is the utterance of everything that you could possibly have going on up in here that you can't get out. So that's the only way I release it. I mean, writing music, playing music to me is a vehicle for my stress relief. So hopefully when I perform, hopefully when I play, I also exude that quality to the people listening. Hopefully they can leave with an experience that changes them, that washes their mind for a few moments, because, you know.
Washes their mind, get it?
So, in a positive way.
Brilliant.
So,
well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Keyon from the States, and do check him out. Where can people find you, find out about you?
You can go to my website, KeyonHarrold.com, KeyonHarrold.com. You can email me there. I'm also on Twitter, same, Keyon Harold. I'm on Instagram, Keyon Harold, Facebook,
Snapchat?
Keyon Harold.
You on Snapchat as well?
I haven't been on Snapchat in a while since I lost my phone.
Okay.
I have to get back in it. Maybe I should start snapping. I am on WhatsApp though.
Okay, right. Well, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for your wisdom. And just keep playing the music.
I have no choice.
Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Esther Austin on the sofa with Esther for Karma broadcast in sunny Barbados with Keyon.
Peace.